Dogtooth is directed by, again, Yorgos Lanthimos, and like I don't even know, like
it was.
We can't really. I'm not gonna reveal again anything about the plot in this because for the same reasons as before, like this movie is again just much better enjoyed if you just don't really know anything about it. If you've seen other works by this film director, you can. I'm pretty sure that you can actually understand my point when I say that. If you were to ask me, what was the most inaccessible film for average moviegoers out of the three? This has to be the number one.
This one will probably take the cake. You do not want to.
This is
just kind of walk into this, or just let someone that you know that isn't so familiar with these type of movies,
Yes. Just by the way,
or films that
we loved it. Just out of the way, we loved this film a lot.
I thought it was pretty good. I felt like it was definitely easy to follow. Again, if you are used to, used to looking at films in that sort of approach, in that light, it definitely puts you in a spot where you would probably have to take a leap with it. See where they're going.
Ambiguity, a little. This film definitely has some ambiguous things to it, especially the ending. Ambiguous ending, something that again is a similar thing among. Well, actually. The Killing of a Sacred Deer didn't have an ambiguous ending too much. Besides the fact that you didn't really know, too much of how the boy was able to do what he was able to do. But other than that, Killing of a Sacred Deer has actually been the most straightforward of all the three films, in my opinion. But yes, this film is not an easy watch. It's not even an easy watch for film lovers. Like, even if you are a film connoisseur and you love film, like, I still think that you might just have a hard time watching it as well. It's a very tough watch. It's just not an ezy, just sit back and relax. This is probably one of the toughest viewings that I've seen.
It's not so much that it's so gore, or if it's, let's say like, I guess too...
It's not like bloody or graphic, which it is though.
I guess
it's got some of that in it.
Oh yeah, you know what? Let's just scratch that out. Yeah, I'm gonna go with his first. Yeah, it is kind of intense.
Yes, there is blood and there is a graphic violence to it, but that's not necessarily why we're saying that it's a tough watch. We've seen other films that have more violence than this, but those films are much easier to watch than this one. Just the way the context of the environment and everything that's in the film with its tone, the situation that you're just on for, the whole scenario that you're just on the ride for this entire film is very tough to sit through because you really feel like you were in this situation as well, and you just feel very uncomfortable throughout the film.
You're watching this, you are perceiving what is being shown to you, but it's as if you're not really getting any kind of reward per se. You're just kind of they want you to partake in this type of environment. They want you to see, the whole setup, but
and they really want you to see the whole setup. They really they explore everything that they possibly could with this kind of setup. They didn't let they left no stone unturned.
They're like, what if? And then what if this? And then this would probably happen if what if, So and not just that, also one of the things that how you said, it kind of is a little bit difficult watch for just your average movie film goer. It's in a different language.
Oh, yeah, it's a different language. I don't know exactly what language it is. I'm sorry.
Oh, I know.
But
we're very
it's probably
shameful.
something European. But yes, this entire film is subtitles. So if you're a person who just don't like subtitles, you're not gonna like this movie just by default. But so anyway, that all that aside, this film is packed with themes, symbolisms, metaphors. Tons of certain character arcs, certain things and just the overall central theme. I guess I don't want to spoil this too much, but I have to say something about the movie. I think there is after I got done watching this film, I realized that there is definitely the central theme that overrides the entire film that involves fascism and about the control of info and what the power that somebody has over somebody else's brain can do and what that can actually affect in their personal life and in their mental state. It shows you what happens when pure ignorance can be exploited to the fullest extent. And that was, it's a really interesting, thought-provoking piece of artwork. Yeah, I think fascism is a theme that's definitely in this movie, but I also think that's also a theme that kind of carries over with The Lobster too. Has something to do with what if these things were actually in control by a higher power that you can't really do much about.
also a recurring theme with this director. He kind of seems to... He has a thing for the animals, so,
Oh, yeah, animals. There's a certain scene in this film where the father of the family that this film focuses on goes to this dog training place, and,
like a kettle.
It's some place where they train dogs. The dog training owner of the place goes kind of on this monologue about the philosophy of the entire place. And it seemed obvious to me that philosophy that he was delivering in that scene seemed to really relate to the whole theme of fascism and like training, your dog and stuff like that. Yeah, I thought this was, a very, very thought-provoking and creative and original film. I've never seen a film like this in my entire life.
Yeah.
Same with all of his films.
Other films, you could you see that. There's definitely a uniqueness. There's definitely a world that you feel isolated. You feel like you're still in that realistic, hence world, but it's as if whatever you are experiencing with these characters, you're just, I don't know if it's just being so immersed in it, but it's just so isolated, and it works. It really does work. In all his films, you can kind of see it.
I really enjoyed this film. It's like I said before, it's just extremely thought-provoking, and I love seeing films like this that are just so unorthodox and so artistically risky and so ambitious with what he wanted to create. And this film was, I really got a lot out of it, and I really enjoyed it. But again, it's because I enjoy it. This is again, it's just hard. It's hard for me to sit here and recommend this film just to everybody, and even to most people, because this is not a film that most people would enjoy. And even the sex and nudity, it's not.
You have to have an open mind, definitely. Yes. If you watch these scenes, then you're just gonna. Yeah, I can see anybody taking a different approach to it or feeling as if it's, insulting in some sort of way. And you gotta appreciate the actors that decided to take these roles and this idea, because the idea is just like, oh, okay.
You just gotta appreciate you really gotta appreciate the ballsiness of this movie. This is one ballsy ass movie. I mean,
all the scenes to the point of, what they are and how they're gonna proceed. Each part, it is pretty. It's like, okay,
very immersive, very realistic with everything that was done. At least within the world that was created, everything is like realistic, and there's not really a time where like you don't buy anything, or like you're just like, I feel like I'm watching a movie right now. Once
like you feel
the second that this movie begins, you are in this thing, like from the very beginning shot of this movie.
Yeah, and you're sitting there like, oh, I guess that's how we're gonna roll with things.
From the beginning of this film, your mind's already wandering. The first introduction scene to this movie, your mind is already thinking about all kinds of things. You're asking a whole
bunch of questions.
Yeah, you're asking a whole bunch of questions.
And you're
What's
being
happening?
answered
What is
at
this?
the same time. So
many questions go through your mind, and as the film progresses, it slowly but surely reveals like piece by piece information, and you're just sitting there like,
hey. It's like, I still don't know why, but okay. I think
each time you're just like, I don't know.
It's a lot of all right.
There is a lot of scenes that I could just pick apart and just like I could probably pick 5 different scenes out of this film and just completely analyze them from beginning to end. And I would probably be able to analyze like 10 minutes worth of material just from like a 3-minute scene in this movie. There's a lot of stuff going on. I really love films like this, but
it gets the mind going.
Definitely out of all the art films that I've ever seen, this is definitely one of the ones that is very hard to recommend to people. Yeah. It's something that most people kind of have to keep to themselves most of the time, and to maybe talk to other people on the internet about it, because this is a very very explicit movie. There's again like tons of. There's sex in this movie, and it's not the fact that there's sex that makes it explicit. It's the way that it is shot and the way that it is done that makes you feel really uncomfortable, because it's so realistic. You're just like, oh my God. There's stuff in this movie that you probably won't ever see in any movie ever, just because of how because of how risky it is, and how immersive and realistic it was.
Yeah, with just that saying, holy cow. It comes back and you're just like, whoa, that you can get away with that on film? I didn't.
Yeah, there was things that I'm like, how did you get away with that and get an R rating? What?
The R rating is very, very lightly put on that.
Yeah, apparently, the
contents is even, just the topic itself that it's going about isn't even like an R rating.
I don't even the thing is like, I could be wrong, but I believe that this film was nominated for an Oscar for Best Foreign Film. And I'm just thinking like, did they even watch the movie? Because there is like some stuff in here that the Academy would be like, whoa, no.
The That's strange. They might
somehow it was ended. Maybe they just gave us some leeway because it's foreign.
That would be interesting.
But if this film was made in America, I don't think this would even have a chance of getting an Oscar nomination. I don't think it would. I mean,
it's just so it literally makes the word cringe the perfect word for that.
Cringe.
Yeah, there's so many cringe.
There's so many cringe moments in this movie, but not cringe that the movie's bad. Cringe that my god, this situation, I'm buying it in full totality, so I'm cringing at the fact that I'm even watching this
because it feels so real.
I guess we've talked a lot about it.
Yeah.
So let's just go ahead and give our grade. I guess if I were to give this movie a grade, I would probably just give it a solid A.
An A. Everything A's.
I give everything A's. I'm sorry.
Not I.
I do not give everything A's. I just have a soft spot for art films, and so do you.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. What's your grade?
It's all about action with me, okay? I need action.
No,
I can't be sitting through all those long scenes, man.
What do you?
Fall asleep.
Like Birdman. They want action. That's all they want.
Action. I want
explosions.
A from our A guy. Always giving A's.
I give it an A, but what about you?
I'm gonna go with an A.
An A?
I can't. He brainwashed. No, I'm kidding. no brainwashing here.
I'm brainwashing her with the grades.
The film was really good. Not really good. Fantastic. It was fabuloso. Okay, it was great. It was awesome.
Oh
it deserves an A.
Right.
They went out. They did what they were gonna do. It's an original. I feel the topic, everything, the characters. They did a great job. This is tough. I felt as if this was tough. I mean, and I was gripping my knees at certain scenes, because I'm just like, what am I going to see next? I don't know, but I'm kind of scared.
Very unpredictable movie.
Yeah, it really is.
But again, if you're not the kind of person that wants to watch this kind of explicit stuff, even if you love art, but you're just not into the super explicit stuff, then, I don't know. I mean, I can tell you that if you want to, give it a shot, go ahead and give it a shot. Or even for the treacherous average moviegoer, if you just want to just take a shot and just watch something that's pretty insane, do it.
Yeah, again,
I don't know, you might like it.
You might like it. It's not vulgar. It's not like it's absurdly oh my god. In our society, we would probably not view this as
and this is not a movie that you want to watch with your parents.
Yeah, you want to pop in just with anybody regular, because it might be just
you don't want to watch this with your parents or your kids or nobody like that. Probably only by yourself,
just because of certain scenes that aren't held back. But
if you got a nice partner like I do, then yes, you can watch it with them.
Yeah,
other than that, I don't know. You might just want to watch this on your own and not tell anybody.
This is a happy ending type of thing.
Art film lovers, if you want to really test your endurance and your film knowledge and your film appreciation, watch this film. See what you can get out of it. And that's
fun. It's always fun to do that.
I really enjoyed it, and that's our review of Dogtooth. I hope you really enjoyed what we had to say. I'm sorry if we rambled on for a long time about this.
Very sorry. It's just,
but we really enjoyed it, and
get overly excited.
Thank you so much for clicking on this video and hearing what we had to say about Dogtooth.
Appreciate it.
And if you really liked it, please give it a thumbs up and share it amongst your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the Misfit Pawn channel to be updated on more film related content.